everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you my top tips on how to look good year round on a budget. Being a mum and just having bought a new house and currently renovating and redecorating it, I know all about this. We all want to look good, but we don't all have the cash to splash out on a whole new designer wardrobe or even a huge high street haul every season. So here are my tips on how to look good all year round without breaking the bank. There are loads of websites out there, and I'll link a bunch below that you can sign up to download vouchers for free samples that you can take into stores. For example, there are a few Estee Lauder products that I picked up for free recently, and also websites that send you samples straight to your door. But beyond that, just going into a department store and asking for samples, it's amazing how much you can come away with, and you can really get through much of the year without spending basically any money on beauty products. Also, samples of things like moisturiser, face cream, even perfumes are plentiful if you ask for them, so absolutely go with the sample approach. It's the best way to try a new product before splashing the cash for a start, but you can also depend on them almost all year round to avoid actually spending any money at all. Number 2, buy secondhand. If you've never been to a thrift store before, then you're absolutely missing out. My absolute favourite thrift store of all is actually online, and it's eBay. It's so amazing. You can lie in the comfort of your own home in your bed at night and flick through and see what else is new, and you can also save any searches. So if you're looking for, say, a Zara fringe handbag or something like that, you can save that search and eBay will tell you every time someone lists something with a similar title. So eBay does all of the work for you. I absolutely love it. I have had a bit of an eBay obsession over the years, and I have picked up some amazing pieces like a French Connection poncho that cost me £19, and it probably would have cost me around £100 new. And I wear that at autumn after autumn. You will see that in my upcoming autumn lookbook. I've also picked up things like a second-hand pair of Christian Louboutins, which had been worn, and I did need to re-heel them and resole them. However, they still look amazing. I still get compliments on them all the time. I resold them in the traditional red sole, so they still have that curb appeal, and they're an absolute classic that will take me from season to season. My next tip, if you like MAC makeup or really any kind of expensive makeup in general, have a look on places like eBay or Depop or similar websites to see if people are selling decanted versions of things like Pigments. The MAC Pigments are beautiful, but they're really expensive. And honestly, besides beauty artists, I don't know anyone who could possibly get through an entire pot of Pigment, because they are about that size and you only use them, I mean, particularly for colours that are a bit more out there, you'll probably only use them once a month at the very most. And even everyday colours like the Naked colour, use such a little amount of it every day that you really don't need that big pigment pot. And for that reason, there are loads of people selling on places like eBay little decanted pots of pigment, and I picked up a bunch of colours, and that is the way that I can replenish my pigment selection and have a full range of colours, but without breaking the bank and without wasting my money on things that I'm never ever going to get through. My next tip is, if you're going to splash out on something designer, splash out on accessories. It's the best way to look high-end by spending the littlest amount of money. My top tip, if you are going to splash out an accessory, is actually to stay clear of the designer handbags unless you're in a really heavily discounted outlet, because they're still super expensive, and unless it's a really classic style, they will kind of come in and out of fashion. So you might love it for this season, but probably still won't get as much wear of it as you would like. Instead, my advice is to go for a scarf. I have the most amazing mulberry scarf that I bring out season after season. It's a cream colour on one side and a kind of lilac-y mauve colour on the other side, and it's such a classic style that I can wear it with absolutely anything, and I absolutely love it. And that was probably one of the least expensive things in the shop. That I spent money on things like a mulberry passport holder in the past. Your passport holder gets completely wrecked in your bag. No one can even tell it's mulberry because it's basically black patent leather with a tiny little tree in the bottom right hand corner. It was a waste of money. The scarf, however, gets worn time and time again. It washes really, really well. And I know that if I ever get bored of it, I can sell it on somewhere like eBay and make my money back again. I cannot say the same for my battered passport holder, sadly. My next tip for looking good on a budget is to stick to classic pieces and not waste your money on things that are super on trend. If you stick to classic outfits, like keeping a black and white t-shirt, a stripy nautical style navy and white t-shirt, black polo neck, classic skinny jeans, classic straight leg jeans, a blazer. These kind of things in your wardrobe, you'll always look good and cool, but you won't have had to spend a lot of money, because all of these basic things can be picked up in really inexpensive shops such as places like New Look, Forever 21, Primark. All of these places sell these basic items and no one will have any idea how much you paid for them. You could easily have got a blazer in Whistles, or you could have got it in New Look, and honestly, unless people come and touch the fabric, they probably wouldn't know any different. My advice would generally be to wear classic pieces and update your look with accessories that are inexpensive. Places like Accessorize are absolutely my go-to place to update my look with some nice statement jewellery season after season. Also, like I said, a statement scarf is always going to perk up your outfit. And also a really simple look like skinny jeans, a black skinny jeans, a white shirt and a blazer teamed with a really nice handbag or shoes, neither of which need to be expensive at all, can just really uplift your looks. Look out for places like Accessorize to update your look at minimal cost. In terms of your hair and makeup, there's absolutely no need to spend a fortune. I get my hair highlighted and I honestly avoid going to the hairdressers that often because it's so expensive. However, I have in the past, and I definitely will be thinking about doing it again, used colleges. So people who are in training, they're always asking for people to come and get their hair done, get their makeup done, all of these things, because they need to practice. And you're always there being supervised by someone who's like their tutor and therefore fully qualified and has years and years of experience. So you're never really taking a big risk. And I have done it before, and honestly, I've been really pleased with the results. It's really, really good for a beauty side as well. Even if you just want to try out a different eyebrow shape, for example, go in there, get it done for super cheap and try it out. And a bit like with samples, that gives you the chance to try something out, and then later you can always pay full price if that's something that you want to do, but you already know that it works for you. Tip number 8 is make it yourself. There are so many things that you can do to customize your clothes and update them for the current season. And when I say make it yourself, some people will run away screaming, thinking that they have no talent when it comes to crafts, but you really don't have to have any talent to chop off the end of your jeans in a frayed hem. Particularly that stepped look is really, really in right now. So slightly longer at the back than it is at the front, but frayed. Anyone can do that with a pair of scissors, and it will update a really simple, cheap, inexpensive pair of jeans to something that looks like high quality, fashion forward and catwalk worthy. Similar, the choker is so in this season. I choose not to spend too much money on things like this because I just know that it will be in for a while and not back again. You can shop in inexpensive shops like New Look or Primark, or you can make your own. Again, all you need is a ribbon tied around your neck into a pretty bow to have a really, really pretty choker. And I have a never-ending supply of ribbons for wrapping Christmas presents and things in my house, so I can change up the colour and texture of my choker anytime I like. And then when that trend is out of fashion again, I can use the ribbons for something else entirely. Number 9 is do not waste your money on things that don't suit your style or your shape. Watch my video on my shopping tips to give you some guidance on how to really get the most out of your shopping trip and come away with things that are going to add so much to your wardrobe and never have buyer's remorse again. So I'll link that video below, but basically don't waste your money on things that are on trend, fashion forward, but completely not suited to your shape because you won't wear them. All they'll do is take up space in your closet, and every time you see them you might lovingly stroke that piece because it's beautiful or you know it's really sought after, but if it's not right for you then it is a waste of money. Tip number 10 is never keep something that you don't like or that you're not going to wear. I used to be so bad for this. Like I always had this feeling like maybe I'll wear it someday, or you know, it's such a on-trend piece, it's such a beautiful piece that surely I'll find some chance to use it. I don't want to take it back because I know that it's really fashionable and on trend and really sought after. But those pieces have eventually been sold on places like eBay or Depop several years later, having never been worn, still with the tags on, probably cost me £40–50 at the time. I might get back a fraction of that price now, but it's such a waste of money that I could have spent elsewhere on something that I would actually wear and enjoy time and time again. Tip number 11 is focus on beauty. Glowing skin, healthy hair, and tidy nails make even the simplest of outfits look expensive. And one key ingredient for all of these things is hydration. Basically drinking water, which is free out of the tap, so drink as much water as you can. So try to get your daily water intake in every day, because it makes such a huge difference to the way your skin, your hair, your nails, everything looks. And if you look glowing and healthy, then even a white t-shirt and jeans is going to look expensive. Look at Jennifer Aniston, for example. She wears such the simplest wardrobe. Like, her wardrobe is simple black dresses, simple t-shirts and jeans, yet she looks expensive because her hair is shining, her skin is glowing, and she's always looking tidy, presentable and cool. Finally, tip number 12 is know your budget and really stick to it. So that is, think about how much you're willing to spend on beauty and fashion every month, write it down, and then think about your priorities. What are your priorities? Is skincare your priority? Is new fall fashion your priority? And then write down the key trends and things that you're interested in. If it's things like skincare, like I said, back to tip number 1, go for the samples. Definitely try a product before you splash out the full cost, because skincare can be really expensive. And there's nothing more disappointing than spending £50 on a product which gives you 0 results, that you could easily have just got an Olay beauty fluid for around £5.99 and happily been wrinkle free. Like my grandmothers, who have like basically no wrinkles, have used Olay all their life, so there really is no need to spend a lot of money on creams. So definitely go the sample route. If your priority that month is fashion, because it's a change of season, you need to stock up on a few essential items, then think about what you actually really need. Go through your wardrobe and actually look, because countless times I have gone and bought something and then realised that I forgot I'd bought something very similar the previous year. Things like a pair of Chelsea boots, for example. I just bought myself a pair of black ones, and then when I was going through my wardrobe I completely forgot I had bought a pair of grey ones and a pair of burgundy ones in the last couple of years. Things like shoes, my shoe size is probably never going to change now. It hasn't changed since I was about 16 years old. So yeah, things like shoes, I really don't need to spend a lot of money on shoes. After a season I can wear things time and time again. So think about your priorities. Don't buy things just for the sake of buying them. If you're on a budget, it's really important that you stick to it. And if things aren't right, take it back and use your money elsewhere. That brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any tips for me on how to make the most of my budget and still look good, then please leave them down in the comments for me below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more hints and tips from me on anything, then let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my Fashion Cupboard channel and help me to revive this channel for the coming season. And I will link my previous video and giveaway down below. Don't miss out for the chance to win a beautiful pair of statement gold filigree earrings from Oasis. Absolutely love them, perfect for the upcoming season. See you in the next video. Bye bye.